don't want anything to happen to you, don't. I won't be reckless with our feelings, cause you won't. Let's make a pact, we'll spend some time all on our own. Keep it relaxed, wait and see how it all goes. How can I scrape through the day with the knowledge I'm especially capable of ruining all this? Went to the beach, I went and sat at the harbor, and a mistaken belief it will give me the answer. May I take advantage of your kind-hearted nature? Get a fresh start in a blank sheet of paper. I won't write anything, I'm leaving it clear. I've already given you enough wrong ideas. When will I realize that drink is my enemy, not my best friend or the solution to anything? How many times must I destroy something promising just cause I know it's gonna give me a song to sing?
Friday, June the 18th. I pretended to be enthusiastic about the baby at breakfast today. I asked my mother if she'd thought of any names yet. My mother said yes. I'm going to call her Christabel. Christabel? Sounds like somebody out of Peter Pan. Nobody's called Christabel. Poor kid. Saturday, June the 19th. Nigel and I went for a bike ride today. We set out to look for a wild piece of countryside so that we could get back to nature and stuff. We pedalled for miles, but all the woods and fields were guarded by barbed wire and keep-out notices, so we could only get near to nature. On the way back, we had a philosophical discussion about war. Nigel's dead keen on it. It's his ambition to join the army. He said, "It's a good life, but when I come back to Civvy Street, I'll have a trade." I thought, what? As a contract killer? I didn't say anything. Most of the army cadets I know forget that real soldiers have to kill people. Sunday, June the 20th, second after Trinity, Father's Day. My father has hogged the television for over a week, watching the lousy, stinking World Cup. This afternoon, when I asked if I could watch a BBC Two documentary about rare Norwegian plants, he refused to let me switch over, and he sat in the dark watching France versus Kuwait. He was sulking because I forgot it was Father's Day. I made an official protest to my mother, but she refused to arbitrate, so I went up to my room and brought my Footprints campaign map up to date. I also checked my building society account to see if I can afford a black and white portable. I'm sick of being dependent on my parents' television set. I went downstairs just in time to see a dead good pitch invasion led by an Arab bloke in a headdress. I don't mind watching an interesting pitch invasion, it's the football I can't stand. Monday, June the 21st, longest day, new moon. Mr. Scruton summoned the whole school into the assembly hall this morning. Even the teachers who are atheists were forced to attend. I was dead nervous. It's ages since I broke a school rule, but Scruton makes you feel dead guilty somehow. When the doors were closed and the whole school was lined up in rows, Scruton nodded to Mrs. Figgis, who was sitting at the piano, and she started playing Hallelujah. Some of the fifth years, including Pandora, sang along using different words. Hallelujah, what's it to, etc. It was quite impressive. I thought it was time that the blind piano tune pulled again. When the singing stopped and Mrs. Figgis was still, Mr. Scruton walked up to his lectern, paused, and then said, "Today is a day that will go down in history." He paused long enough for a rumour to travel along the rows that he was resigning, then he shouted, "Quiet!" and continued. Today, at 9:03, a future King of England was born. All the girls, apart from Pandora, she's a Republican, said, "Oh, Lady Di's had it." Claire Nielsen shouted, "How much did he weigh?" Mr. Scruton smiled his horrible smile and ignored her. Pandora shouted, "How much will it cost?" And Mr. Scruton suddenly developed good hearing and ordered her out of the assembly hall. Poor Pandora, her face was as red as the Russian flag as she walked along the rows to the exit door. When she passed me, I tried to give her a supportive smile. It must have come out wrong because she whispered, "Still leering at me, old dream." Mr. Scruton dismissed the school after giving us a talk on what a good job the royal family did for British exports. Went to bed early. It had been a long day. Tuesday, June the 22nd. The new prince left the hospital today. My father is hoping he will be called George after him. My mother said it's time the royal family came up to date and called the Prince Brett or Jason. Scotland are out of the World Cup. They drew 2-2 with Russia. My father called the Russian team "those commie bastards." He was not a bit gracious in defeat. Wednesday, June the 23rd. Pandora's been put into isolation at school. She's working at a desk outside Scruton's office. I left the following note on her peg in the cloakroom. Pandora, a short note to say that I admired your spirited stand on Monday. From Adrian Mole, your ex-lover.